we doing, guys? Very excited to be here, obviously. Great opportunity, great organization. Just ready to get to work, man. Talking to Kevin and Josh McCown. Just being able to meet with those guys, and I'm very excited about this opportunity. Obviously, we've got great players like Aaron Jones right here, and obviously our defense is going to be ready to go as well. So very excited about this opportunity.
I'd like to say I'm very excited about this opportunity as well. I'd like to thank KO and Quisi for believing in me, taking a chance on me, and giving me an opportunity. I'd also like to thank the Green Bay Packers for drafting me 7 years ago and giving me an opportunity to establish myself in the NFL and build myself off the field as well. It's not strange at all. It's football. I've played for many different teams growing up. Middle school, high school, you change teams, you change teammates, and that's part of the game. And like I said, I'm blessed to be here. I'm excited for what's to come and to get to work with these guys.
Sam, how excited are you to not only lead the offense, but you have Justin Jefferson and the talents that he brings to this team?
Yeah. Like I said, we got playmakers all over the place. Obviously, JJ being one of them. In this offense as well, just watching it from afar. I got to mention, too, the fan base. Very excited to be able to come in here with that fan base and being on the Niners last year, coming in here Monday Night Football, just seeing how electric that stadium was pretty exciting. And, that's just another reason why I'm, very pumped to be here.
Sam, Kevin mentioned he's known you since high school. What's the backstory there? And then also, how are you viewing this? You're coming here on a 1-year deal.
Yeah, I've known Kevin since high school. He at the Elite 11 little high school camp. That was a part of the opening over there at the Nike campus. He was actually one of the coaches for one of the 7-on-7 teams. So got to know him a little bit. Wasn't on his team or anything, so didn't know him too well. But introduced myself. That was about the extent of that relationship at that point. But coming here on a 1-year deal. Like I said, I'm just excited to be able to compete, just coming here with an open mind and learn as much football as I can, and put the team first, put this team in a great position to be able to go out there and win games.
Hey, Aaron, I know you said it's football and kind of part of the game, but what were your emotions like on Tuesday? It's a pretty abrupt kind of change where you think you might be headed back one way and then end with the rival team.
It's a part of the business. You know what you sign up for. My agent had called me before all of that happened, telling me it was a possibility. So, my mind was already prepared, and I just wanted to go where I felt wanted. So that's here, and like I said, I'm excited to be here.
Aaron, were you disappointed or surprised by what they've done?
I'm never surprised by what goes on in the league. The longer you stay, the more crazier stuff you'll see, or things you think shouldn't have happen, or whatever it may be. So nothing really catches me by surprise anymore in this league.
Is it motivation, being that age that everyone talks about, the running back, and the Packers going younger at the position? What does that do to your, and I'm sure you were always motivated, but what does that do for your mentality?
I think you guys seen how I finished the season last year. Just because they didn't re-sign me, it's not fuel to the fire. My fire has already been lit. It's going to stay lit. I'm on a mission to be the best running back in the NFL, and I'm glad I get to prove that here in Minnesota with a great organization. They've opened up their doors to us, loving, kind, and we had a great time here so far. So I'm ready to enjoy it.
Sam, what's your relationship like with Josh McCown? What kind of an influence was he on you in your early years in the league?
Yeah. I should say, too, that I forgot my shades today.
I got you. Here you go.
Yeah. No, I'm joking. I'm not going to wear those. So yeah, AJ's got me beat on the swag today. So, but yeah, Josh, man, Josh is amazing. I've known him since 2018, coming in my rookie year with the Jets. And yeah, it's going to be fun to be able to work with him and kind of talk about, even today, just talking about, what we want to do fundamentally in this offense and kind of build off of what I've been doing, the last couple of years with my feet and just continue to work all the things that make me a better quarterback and just really get after it and work that way.
Hey, Sam, how much, in your mind, did you progress last year? You obviously didn't start, but getting the chance to be in Kyle's offense and be around a team as good as San Francisco.
Yeah, it was amazing to be able to be a part of that organization and be a part of that quarterback room. Obviously you got Kyle, the entire coaching staff, and then Brian Greasy, the Kubiaks, Brock Purdy, Brandon Allen. Just being able to learn from those guys day in and day out. That system is pretty similar to this one. So it's going to be fun to be able to kind of, just continue to talk ball, with all the coaches and continue to build on what I was building on last year, like I said, with my fundamentals and with where I'm at mentally with football.
How far have you come to? I mean, it was obviously a rough start with the Jets.
Right.
Carolina, not the two most successful franchises. How much more prepared do you feel if you do get the opportunity to start here at this point in your life than you possibly were back then?
Yeah, I feel like I said, man, this is a great opportunity, right? A lot of weapons, great coaching staff, really good defense. But I think, there's a lot of work that needs to be put in, before, we say anything about, winning a lot of games or making it, to the playoffs and winning a championship. There's a lot of work that needs to be put in before that, in OTAs. And obviously in training camp and even, the start of the season, there's a lot of work. So, I know that and I'm very willing to be able to put that work in. And I know, just hearing everyone talk around this building, everyone is bought in and willing to work that hard for it.
Aaron, you've watched Justin Jefferson from the other side. I mean, what do you think about that guy and what is your feeling about him to play with him?
I think he's one of the best receivers in the game. I'm super excited to play with him. I know he might get different coverages thrown at him or double teams, and so I feel like I can help kind of take some of that off of him or just come in to help, but I'm definitely excited to play with him. Playing against him for a while, seeing him dominate, definitely glad to be on the other side of that.
Aaron, since you have been in the division for a long time, have you built any relationships with guys who are in the Vikings, or just kind of what have been your thoughts from the outside of the culture and the team?
You see the culture is everything here. I mean, just look on Sundays, game days, how the fans are echoing the culture here. And sorry, what was the rest of your question?
Sorry, I kind of asked a two-parter, I guess. If you have any relationships with guys in the locker room, just having played against this team for so long?
I played against some of these guys, I have a lot of respect for them, but I wouldn't say necessarily relationship, but when we see each other, it's mutual, it's all love, because football is like a fraternity. So we all been through the same thing, we all put in that work. So when you see somebody who's been there through the same thing that you do, it's mutual. So it's mutual love. So I always talk to them, after the game last year, Week 17, I talked to Ivan Pace Jr., Harrison Smith, some of those guys, and I have a lot of respect for them on defense. They didn't give us anything. We had to earn everything that we had gotten in, and they've given us trouble for years. So I'm glad to not be getting trouble from them anymore.
What do you think about Harrison coming back for season 13?
I'm excited to play with him. I had to block him my rookie year. I remember him putting me on the turf on the backside, and I'm like, "Hey, coach, can we change the protection?" But I'm happy to be here with him, learn from him, pick his brain, see how he's been able to play for so long and stay healthy, and just see how he leads. I know he's a good leader, so pick up things from him as well along the way.
This team obviously is potentially going to draft a quarterback in the next month, first round or wherever. I'm curious how you've thought about that, if at all. You talk to
to them about that? Is that part of your decision-making process? That possibility?
I think no matter what happens, I'm gonna compete, and like I said, just excited for the opportunity. Like I said, great people around this organization. Players, coaching staff, front office. So just excited for the opportunity to be able to compete and every single day.
Sam, what's the biggest thing you've learned about yourself through the highs and lows of your career so far?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just being consistent, no matter what happens. Not to get too high when things are going good, and then when things are going bad, not to get too low, because kind of like Aaron said in the beginning, this business gets pretty crazy and hectic fast, and if you're not consistent with your attitude day in and day out, you can get chewed up and spit out quick. And so that's the biggest thing that I've learned, is just to stay consistent every single day, and that's really all I'm looking to bring here.
Sam, I think earlier you were talking about your development. You mentioned feet. Kevin earlier mentioned like tying feet to eyes. Is there something specific there that like stands out recently that you've kind of been working on? That you could explain?
Yeah, it's just kind of the West Coast system, right? So I was, my last year in Carolina, I was with McAdoo, who had some West Coast stuff, and was able to kind of tie my feet to my eyes and the progressions and all that. And I feel like that really kind of, allowed me to kind of see, okay, like whether I think he's going to get open or not, it's not open in the timing of the play, so I'm just going to move on. And sometimes that's the best play. And so I think just continuing to learn in that system for the last 2 years, obviously last year was San Francisco, and then just continuing to develop that this next year in Minnesota, I think is going to be really, really great.
Aaron, you carry your father with you. I believe it's in your necklace. What would he say, and what's the greatest lesson he gave you, and what would he say today?
The greatest lesson that he gave me would be probably that at a young age, me and my brother, I have a twin brother, we had just kind of God-given ability, and my dad could see that. But he told us at some point that talent gap is going to close, and you're going to start seeing kids who can do the same things as you, who are just as fast as you, if not faster. But the thing that's going to separate you is the work that you put in. And I think that's stayed true. As you get to high school, you start seeing more athletes who can do the same things as you. As you get to college, everybody can do the same thing as you, or if not better, or they're faster. So it's the work that you put in when that gap closes, and that's all it's ever been about, is the work that you put in, and not just when people are looking, but when nobody sees as well.
Sticking with the family theme, I think it was on Instagram, you had a video of your son kind of doing the travels with you. Just what does this mean to your family, and how fun is it to have your son with you for kind of a new adventure?
It means everything to have my family with me. They're everywhere I go. They're my backbone, they're my rock. So you'll probably see a lot of them. And it's special, to have my son be here, see it, be a part of it. I hope one day that he's playing on this level, or if it's not football, basketball, or soccer, or whatever it may be, but he's playing at a high level, and he's gotten to witness it and experience it. And like I said, it's just a blessing to be here. And chapter 1's over. This is the start of chapter 2, and chapter 2 is going to be beautiful.
Aaron, I know it's a little ways away, but when you make that first trip back to Green Bay, what do you think it would be like being on the opposing sideline?
It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Just ball, you know what it is? I mean, I played in hostile situations, hostile areas, whatever. But to me, at the end of the day, it's just going to be ball. I'm going back to where I used to play at the end of the day, but it's ball, and just go out there and make a statement.
You guys were in the playoffs, both Super Bowl, that type of stuff. So you got all this energy, and boom, now you're in a new situation. How do you approach that?
Energy is contagious. I carry energy, so I can give energy as well. So energy is contagious. I still got that same energy that I had then. Nothing changes. I'm here to give these guys the energy, and they're going to give me the energy back. And like I said, energy is contagious. We're going to love on each other. We're going to work hard together, and we're going to come together as a team, and ultimately try to bring a championship back here is what we're working towards.
Aaron, how would you say, you guys got a ways to go to solidify the rosters and everything, but right now, competitively speaking, where are the Vikings compared to the Packers, do you say?
Honestly, I don't even know who's on their roster after I got released. I've just turned straight to the Vikings, and this is my focus. I'm not worried about the Packers. I'm a Minnesota Viking, and I feel like we have a really good roster. We have the pieces that we need here, and it's about coming together and finding that unity as a team. Because when things get hard or you find a rough patch, that's what you're gonna fall back on, is that unity that you guys have in a brotherhood.
Thanks, guys.
Score!